Oh, okay. We're back live. My sound is good. Um, yep, yeah, my sound is good. Your sound is good. We're all good.
All right. And I mean, I'm sure our viewers love just seeing both you and me in the stream, but we still don't have the fight here. I mean, I don't have. Do you have the fight? Like, is the fight there?
Oh wait, you can't see the fight.
I can't see the fight now.
Okay, okay, hold on. Um, what about now?
Yeah, I can see the fight.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay, okay.
we're good.
Okay, yeah, we're back with the fight. Unfortunately, uh, as we were setting up and having technical issues, we couldn't, pay 100% attention to this fight. But welcome back, Alga FM. We're live, and in the previous live, I did an introduction, but my sound was very low. So welcome back to all the viewers. I should repeat that we have Uraz as our guest. So welcome to him. And
Hey guys.
today we're going to be watching this and reacting to basically making this watch along party to Fight Night Sarukyan versus Hooker. And yeah, it's going to be in English. This is the only time this is going to happen in English. This is not going to be something that's going to happen, start happening every now and then. At least I don't think so. But just for today, it's going to be this way. So cry about it in the chat.
Oh, we saw something nice finally. But again, man, people are refraining from putting heat behind those strikes, and like it's weird. Like in terms of a viewer, I'm a striking purist. I like to see technical striking, and I love the fact that these guys are being pretty technical with their movement. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
The knee didn't connect. It's crazy that a guy that big can do it and will try it. I mean, this is clearly a very athletic heavyweight. But on the flip side, again, like heavyweights, bro, like hit each other hard, try to take each other's heads off. Um, and usually I'll have the exact opposite criticism. Usually I'll be like, man, like these guys are just not technical enough. They're just throwing bombs.
Yeah,
But
the sound they were too technical.
yeah, like they were maybe a little too technical. Um, but yeah, nice to watch, but not the most exciting bout that I've seen. But still pretty nice to watch.
Yeah, but both debuted in the UFC. I think Bulio was maybe a little bit too afraid to lose his undefeated record. But in the sake of doing that, I think he lost the decision. But I'm not too sure. I didn't pay too much attention to the fight, obviously.
He did have a takedown earlier, so maybe that'll count for something. But I would say like my guys, just full disclosure, I have like a this is not a medical thing, but like I'm pretty sure I have an impaired memory when it comes to names. So I'm gonna have to look up names all the time. Um, so what was this athletic fellow's name in the prelims? His name was Denzel Freeman. Well, Denzel Freeman, like in terms of damage and engagement, they seemed pretty well matched. But Denzel Freeman made it look better. He had the more risque strikes. He had the more spectacular and athletic looking strikes.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah, yeah.
as much as Buyo, is that like how do you pronounce Merit Buyo?
I think Burlio, yeah, something like that.
So yeah, this is the moment of truth. Whose hand is going to get raised? Let's see.
Denzel Freeman seems pretty confident. Yeah, he got it.
All right, yeah. So he made it look better. In terms of effectiveness, they were both, I would say, like about the same.
About
Nobody's
the
really
same.
damaged, but he made it look prettier, and he got the W.
It was almost like a fight between two Leon Edwards and heavyweight.
Yeah, yeah, you could say that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or one and a half. One and a
Yeah.
half. All right. So yeah, Mr. Freeman got the first one.
Yeah, it was a decent performance, not a very spectacular, obviously finish or nothing. But next up, we're gonna be seeing Nurola Aliyev versus a very popular prospect, Shamrock. His name is Shakem Rock or some shit, but his nickname, his shortened name is Shamrock, which is like an homage towards like the to the dawn of MMA, UFC. So we'll see how can like what can he do against an undefeated prospect in Nurolo Aliyev.
Must we take part in this theater, man? I think everybody and their mama knows who's going to win this one. And I don't even know the guy. But I know there's a Muslim man whose first language is Russian, and that's why we can all go home.
Yeah, yeah, and people have been calling him
Oh, yeah.
the blonde Khabib or something.
All right, man, we're good. Like,
We're
we know what we have to know.
Roll credits.
Yes. But yeah, Aldrich side, I mean, they both have interesting records. Obviously, Blonde Habib is 10-0, and Shaquem Shaquem, I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's a very interesting name.
Just call him Shemrock.
All right, Shamrock. All right, so Shamrock is 12-1 and one draw. So both of their good records.
He looks like he looks a bit like our friend Son, you know,
Yes, he does.
a little bit like him.
But man, given that like this is a pretty like free flowing environment, like I'm curious about the bigger picture. Like we will talk about the fight, obviously, but I'm very interested in how the entire world will come together. Maybe even the UFC organization itself, maybe other organizations, and nullify the pretty much boringly effectiveness of Dagestani / Caucasian chain wrestling. Like it has become a disservice to the sport. I know that English dude.
Patty.
No, not the fighter. There's like a commentator, like a guy that does what we do. He's just like super popular.
Oh, MMA Guru.
Yeah, MMA Guru. So
Yeah,
he
yeah.
talks about this a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
But I really do believe it is a problem in the sense that as good as they are, the the Caucasus brand of fighting isn't the most aesthetically pleasing, and the guys aren't the most relatable guys. You know what I mean? Like it's not like they're bro. Are we sure this is not a beat?
yeah. He looks a lot like him. It's the
Bro, what?
blonde Habib.
I'm seeing this on my phone right now. I can't tell the difference. This is just unbelievable.
But the towards the point that you were just talking about, I was just thinking about this for a few days, and I I wonder if this is a new problem, because you know Chael Sonnen, and Chael Sonnen is one of the greatest trash talkers, like the best mouths in the UFC or whatever, but Chael Sonnen says that since the dawn of the UFC, since 1992 or 3 or whatever, whenever the UFC started, one thing has always remained the same. Like for example, crotch guards have changed, the gloves have changed, all the rules have changed, but one thing has always stayed the same. If you take a guy down and just lay on him for 5 minutes, you win the round. So I'm not sure if this is a new problem, but I do agree that we can look towards change and advancement on that in that aspect. But it seems that it doesn't seem as if the urgency is there for most promotions. Like they're not really looking into fixing it.
I mean, the problem. I'm gonna kind of have to push back on the idea that the problem is like it's not a new problem, because ultimately, like the problem is neither the rules nor the style. It's essentially the interaction between the rules and the style.
Yeah.
Because he has done damage. He's done damage. Like it's fine. Everybody that's watching gets the point. If this was a real fight, he would have won that real fight, because he was able to
Yeah.
generate
Yeah.
so much more. But and especially if it goes to the end of the round, because that means like the round saved the other guy's ass, right? But if there's a bit of striking, and the striking, the other guy edges out a little bit, but then there's a lot of top control, top position with no ground and pound. Then, bro, like you're not doing damage.
I
You know what I mean? Like you're
yeah.
not doing damage.
I agree that
Um,
it's a pity that our the championship fights have to settle like this, especially in combat sports, and especially in a league called the Ultimate Fighting Championship. But yeah, I do agree that they should look for rule changes or maybe culture shifts, just something to improve that aspect of the sport. Um, our stream has been cooked at the moment. Um, oh shit.
I mean, like I know I probably know a little bit more about not any particular fighting promotion, but like about fighting and the movements and whatnot in general. I probably know substantially more about striking than most people that's watching this. But I'm not an expert in the UFC, nor am I an expert in like mixed martial arts. But it seems to me that like one pretty easily implementable solution would be to grade control time way less. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
itself shouldn't be that big of a deal if it doesn't directly lead to damage.
But isn't the problem there that like if the damage is absolutely equal, meaning it's absolutely
Big campaign to get.
if the
Okay.
if the damage is like zero on both sides, then you have to go to control time, and if one fighter has 5 minutes of control time over the other, he automatically wins the round. Like um, maybe we could experiment with completely taking control time out of the criteria and just awarding, you know, advancements towards finishes, which is what we already award, but maybe just completely take control time out of the picture. But here we have Nurullah Aliyev versus Shamrock. We have missed the first half of this fight, but now we're live watching it. By the way, we got some comments. Someone said that I fucked their ear or something. Kemal brother, do you remember when you said let's make tandoori in the temple and everyone laughed at you? What? Polish guy was a good BJJ fighter. Why is he fighting standing? Oh, I guess this was for the previous fight. Anyway, we'll go back to Aliyev versus Shamrock. No grappling exchange initiated from Aliyev so far.
I mean, not that we've seen in this round. Both guys are, I think, trying to get a sense of distance. Oh, Shamrock goes for the grappling, but it was an easy evasion by Aliyev. And it seems like a pretty decent striking oriented fight, but they're locked up again. Aliyev pushes Shamrock to the fence, trying to do some hand striking there. He has his underhook on Aliyev's left shoulder. Aliyev's trying to secure his defensive position by not letting go. Sorry, not Aliyev. My bad. Shamrock is trying to secure a defensive position by not letting go Aliyev's right shoulder. But Aliyev
separation.
Really some uppercuts there, and now they're separated. Still, Shamrock has his back to the fence. Right. That is not a good thing to be in against these guys.
Yeah, I don't want to turn into like a body language expert here, but Aliyev seems a little bit more comfortable so far compared to Shamrock. We have also failed to mention that Paddy Pimblett is in Shamrock's corner. We saw it in the walkout.
So this guy looks like when you look at him, it doesn't really fight so much.
Yeah,
he is
exactly.
He seems to have more striking, dominant style. And I'm getting the sense that not only is Shamrock somewhat hesitant about his grappling, but he seems to respect his power. Like, it seems like this guy hits pretty hard. Because he's fighting on the back foot. He's being very defensively cautious, extremely defensively cautious.
Yeah, this is like, but it's the third time he's gone for that head kick, by the way.
He's trying to maintain distance, not trying to really scrap close up with the hands, using the hands mostly to defend Shamrock, and relying on his rear left kick. And then boom, throw there.
Yeah, that's the end of the first round. A good round by Aliyev, I would give it to him, probably.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely looked like he was dictating the pace. He pinned his opponent against the cage and landed some pretty effective uppercuts there. Maybe there was a shoulder strike. I wasn't really able to tell. But he was definitely the guy pressing the action, and he got Shamrock on his back foot.
Yeah, Shamrock definitely was on his back foot. And going into the second round, I think we may even see Nurullah Aliyev starting to put more pressure on the pedal and maybe pick up the pace of this fight, but we'll see.
How long have you been doing the stream, by the
way? In general, the streams.
Yeah, like the watch parties.
We did a few towards the beginning of the year, but we started doing like the weekly ones in the summer, basically.
So we're back. Is this the beginning of the second or third?
This is the second round, I believe. Yep. And hold on, my watch clock, the stream's watch clock is out of sync. It's broken, I should say.
So they're in a mirrored stance right now, where Shamrock is southpaw and Aliyev is orthodox. It means that they're really pawing each other with their jab hands, but nobody's effectively deploying their jab because they're muffling each other, and people are relying on the rear hand and the rear kick for Shamrock particularly. He's really using that back leg to throw out all sorts of kicks. He's thrown some high kicks. He just threw an inside thigh kick, but he got pinned to the cage again, and he looks like he's about to go down, trying to defend, doing a decent job at it.
Yeah, Aliyev looking to engage in grappling here, but actually I don't think he's going to go for a takedown. He's happy just grind him out in the clinch with the knees, kicks to the foot, the punches to the head.
He's kneeing Shamrock's left leg, which has been his primary weapon so far, and he's again throwing those uppercuts to his face. So trying to generate damage to the face and the primary weapon, which has been the rear leg of Shamrock so far. Shamrock turns him, gets out of there pretty athletically, but still looking somewhat pensive when it comes to striking.
A double leg attempt by Shamrock, easily swayed by Aliyev, and then now he's just content with continue punching him on the feet.
They have thrown a couple of right hands in the exchange. Shamrock is a jab to the body to reestablish distance, but Aliyev does not seem to care. Just jumped in with the left hook, and we have almost pawing rear hand kick. Give me 1 second, by the way.
No problem. In the meantime, we can look at some of you guys' comments, but you guys are talking to each other. That's great. That's great. Oh, Aliyev is pressuring towards the cage and
grabs the leg, almost gets a takedown from it. But, Shamrock has not been dictating where the fight takes place, but he has been relatively effective in avoiding takedowns. I mean, because I am assuming that if Aliyev could take him down, he would have done it. Although he does look like a competent striker.
Yeah, he is.
Assume his strength is on the ground, and Shamrock hasn't been able to defend. He is kind of on attack, but he just ate a pretty strong right hand. Looks somewhat flustered, but his legs are still under him.
Both fighters
spectacular high kick gets countered
Both
with a hard
fighters
jab.
having success at the feet right now. They're both landing on each other. And Oliev with a huge cross. Shamrock goes for the takedown. Oliev defends it and reverses the takedown.
Aliev finally takes him down with his back against the cage. I think he tried to pin the knees, but Shamrock had the wherewithal to bring back his lower leg so that his knees aren't caught.
1
Both
minute to
fighters
go.
are pretty gassed at this point. They do look pretty tired. They're taking this as an opportunity to kind of get their lungs back. But in terms of damage, I would definitely say that Aliev has landed the more significant strikes on Shamrock's face, at least, because Aliev barely looks touched and Shamrock doesn't look in great shape.
Yeah,
But
and
he does manage to get up. Aliev is behind him right now, pressing him against the cage.
yeah, Shamrock
Looks like
Shamrock got up pretty easily, and they separate now, going back to the stand-up with 45 seconds left on the clock.
Shamrock with that left knee, a teep attempt with the front leg, but still fighting on the back foot, maybe trying to counter. Aliev pressing the action, pushing Shamrock towards the cage again. Shamrock lunges forward, defends with his hands.
Oh, that head kick. That head kick once more.
Beautiful slip counter by Aliev. There's a cross stance attack, and both men are at the middle of the cage right now. Now, Shamrock has been landing that head kick, just not on the head, on the guard. So it has not been doing any damage. It looks dangerous, but Aliev keeps timing the defense. He throws it again. Aliev catches again. So as technically sound as it looks, it has not been effective. Meanwhile, Aliev throughout the whole fight has been relying on a punch, a front hand punch, kind of like a jab, kind of like a hook, but delivers a good deal of power. And most of the stuff that you see on Shamrock's face right now has been the courtesy of that specific strike. A wide jab / tight hook.
See the replay
right there,
eye poke.
Right there, you saw it.
But there doesn't seem to be any eye poke.
I don't think so too.
No, it's a closed hand. It's not an eye poke.
I don't know. I'm gonna give this guy the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was the thumb on the fist. I didn't get a very clear.
Oh, maybe a slight laceration from the glove, maybe. Okay. We're just glad that there was no point taken for that so-called eye poke. Let's just say.
Interesting that, like from a striking perspective, our viewers should take note that Aliev, if I'm not mistaken, his name is doing something pretty interesting. He is powering up with his front arm. So instead of throwing a left jab, he kind of like lunges forward with that, kind of loops it wide, and sends a power shot around the guard.
Yeah.
If our viewers follow boxing, they may know boxer named Vasily Lomachenko. He was trained as an artificial southpaw so that he could have good power on his front hand. Sonny Liston, from way back when, had a devastating power jab, would put people to sleep with it. So he is deploying a power jab. I haven't really frequently seen it used in MMA, so I find it pretty interesting in that regard. Obviously, the fact that he's not obsessed with taking Shamrock down, that has been pretty interesting to me so far.
So far, I think we can confidently say that this has been a barn burner because both fighters have been throwing down and both landing on each other. But even though Aliev has been a step ahead on pretty much the both rounds so far, Shamrock has also been putting a good performance.
I mean, if those kicks just fell, but Aliev seems to be timing the defense so well. Shamrock's right side is obviously looking pretty bad because Aliev has been deploying that left hand as hooks, as power jabs. In the beginning of the round, he just had a good 2-3 combo, like a rear hand to set up his left hand. Shamrock goes for the takedown. Aliev easily defends it, no problem, and we're back on the cage with Aliev pressing Shamrock, the same position. Shamrock's trying to defend by overhooking Aliev's left shoulder, throwing some knees.
Aliev now going for almost a takedown, but he just threatened that to better his own position. He's not really bothered to go for the takedown, Aliev, is he?
With the shoulder strike, so it was a shoulder strike before, a la Conor McGregor from way back when.
Against Donald Cerrone, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, they try to go for a trip on each other there.
Both gentlemen kicking each other, reminiscent of a Muay Thai clinch. And I think there was a groin strike, and the
Yeah.
ref separated both gentlemen, both fighters.
Shamrock did complain about the groin shot. And now the referee is looking to warn
Yes, that is.
Oliev, but okay, the match is back on the way. Shamrock again threatened that showing the changed levels. Oliev
Oliev
with
sprawled very well.
perfect,
And then tripped Shamrock.
perfect takedown defense by Oliev. It seems that he is well versed in grappling, but he doesn't even need it to, add it as a tool in his offensive arsenal. He just uses it defensively.
Yes, he is. He definitely wants to keep things, at least so far. But now Shamrock is on mount pretty clearly.
Yeah.
Oliev defended by keeping Shamrock close to him. But
on full
he
mount.
slipped through, and he's in a great position to ground and pound. It's just that Oliev is slippery as a fish.
And wow, perfect.
Perfect. Gets up. It was very impressive stuff.
Impeccable stand-up game from Oliev.
Oliev slips the rear hand, goes for the left hook again. Shamrock evades and throws the left high kick again, which Oliev catches. Oliev with the power jab connects.
Shamrock goes again for a takedown. Oliev sprawls perfectly. Now goes for a Darce choke. It seems as if he got him, but no, he let it go. And now has Shamrock's back. Shamrock looking to fight his hands, and now he got up. But Oliev is this time happily engaging in the grappling, but now they're back standing up. Shamrock again looking for that head kick, but now it seems a lot of the power has been deflated from his attempts. Oliev still a few steps ahead, but a few good uppercuts by Shamrock.
Almost in a clinch position right now, somewhere between a clinch and a trip attempt. It's hard to say who was trying to trip who, but we ended up on the cage again. Oliev has pushed Shamrock to the cage.
I think they're both content leaning on each other at the moment, as they both seem to be a bit gassed out.
Okay, was that Shamrock or Oliev? Like, who went down right now?
Oliev took him down, yeah, but yeah.
But it also kind of looked like Shamrock was trying to get some type of like leg attack while going down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he almost like pulled guard. Oliev with the hard knees on the left leg of Shamrock to further nullify the kick. And Shamrock basically stands back up again. He's almost in the clear.
Oh.
Oliev is trying to almost suplex him.
Yeah, looking to feint that suplex.
But it has not been effective.
A nice knee and elbow during separation from Shamrock. With 30 seconds left on the clock. Shamrock, even though his body language have maybe put up a closer round here in the third, but I suspect Oliev is still ahead of him.
I mean, I'm expecting that he would be ahead on all rounds.
Yeah.
Just simply off of pushing the action and the damage that he was able to subject Shamrock to.
Yeah. Oliev's a little run there really looked like Khabib as well.
I mean, I found the fight interesting because Oliev, he doesn't look very sharp in the sense of a boxer, but he was a very effective counterpuncher, especially with the left hand. And he wasn't obsessed with taking him down and keeping him down and deploying ground and pound. Like you said, he used very, very effective defensive wrestling. But more than anything, he was like a pretty clinical striker, actually.
I think he is actually the antidote that we were talking about in the previous fight. The problem in the entire combat sports world, the MMA problem of the wrestling. Well, I think fighters like him is the exact antidote. The we should be looking for.
But in this case, it was up to his discretion. It's not like he was forced to stand up. I don't think we can rely on the goodwill of these people to forego that style. Like for instance, what another unusual, unsuspected thing in this fight was that Aliyev did not seem to be substantially stronger than Shamrock, which is almost always the case with the Caucasian fighters. Like they tend to be very strong pound for pound, and Aliyev did not display that. So I think he somewhat had to rely on more clinical striking. Whereas when you get your like run of the mill Dagestani, Caucasian, that Russian bloc fighter, they're so strong that it's very advantageous for them to use the grappling. It's rare that they prefer to strike.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, to some extent, I get what you're saying. Like, this is clearly an instance of them having produced more strike-based style. But at the same time, I think we need more than that. We need a counter defensive style that can force them to stay up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I agree. It would be better that if everyone could catch up and just completely eliminate that problem altogether. But obviously, en masse, relying on our strategy being relying on the goodwill of these people, like you said, wouldn't be a good strategy at all.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Like, why? It'll be. You couldn't ask it of them either. Like, they're going to be like, we're operating within the rules and we're winning fights. Why should we change it? Which, I mean, they're well within their rights to do so.
Yeah. And our next matchup here is going to be Ismail Nordiev versus Ryan Loader coming in. Oh, okay. I thought he was undefeated. No. Ismail Nordiev with a 24-8 record, while Ryan Loader comes in with an 8-2 record. It says middleweight, but this may be in the welterweight division. We'll see in a bit. Loader, Man of Steel. Interesting name.
Stream'deki tepki nedir şu anda İngilizce konuşuluyor olmasına?
Some people are happy with it. Some people don't understand. It's mixed reactions.
Why are the people that are happy with it happy with it? Like, are they like do they prefer English?
No, but they, like, for example, one commentator said Aga FM cidden global olmuş, which is funny. Yeah, they generally seem to be fine with it. And our moderators have been answering their questions mainly, so it's good. Someone asked who won. Aliyev won, obviously. Let's go here actually. I'm gonna change up. Oh, okay. UFC had it on YouTube like as a free stream, so I tried to go there, but no. We'll go back to what we were doing. Yeah. We'll see. Let's see. Ismail Nordiev at 29 years old. Ryan Loader, Man of Steel at 34 years old. I thought Ryan Loader was a prospect. It seems like Ismail Nordiev is the prospect. They're gonna be having their for Nordiev. It's gonna be his third fight in the UFC. He won his debut against Bruno Silva, then lost his second fight against Jung Yong Park, which is an interesting fight to lose as a decision to Jung Yong Park. He's not bad, but he's kind of an over the hill veteran at this point. Ryan Loder, he came in through Dana White Contender Series, I would guess, but maybe I'm wrong in that. I'm not sure. He fought Robert Valentin, and now he's gonna. Oh, he lost to Azamat Bekoev, and now he's gonna be fighting Ismail Nordiev, as we said. Ismail Nordiev at 5'10", Ryan Loder at 6'2", a middleweight bout with both fighters with almost identical reach, just a 2-inch difference. Now we're watching Ryan Loder be introduced. Well, he looks like one of those there's a guy on YouTube who's a lumberjack that looks like him, but he also looks like Fantastic Four, the guy who stretches. He has that kind of a
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic. He has that kind of a phenotype.
Reed Richards, I think. Yeah.
Ismail Nordiev, where is he from? I don't know.
So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. His name is Ismail. Oh wait, give me 1 sec. I want to be back.
Oh yeah, Nordiev, Ismail Nordiev is from Morocco, by the way. I was just asking where is he from. This is a battle between a Moroccan warrior versus an American warrior. Let's see who has the better coffee. I don't know. And we're on their way. I forgot to start our fight clock. 52, 51. We are 3-4 seconds.
Sorry about that, guys. I had a phone call.
Yeah, no problem. Nordiev vs. Ryan Loder has started. It's on their way. Ryan Loder is trying to ward off Nordiev, who is putting on the pressure. Has Ryan Loder on the back foot so far in the first round. Interesting hair gear by Ismail Nordiev.
Yeah. But he's here to fight. He's here to scrap. I mean, high work already. He's feinting. He's throwing some bombs. They're in a mirrored stance, so again, they're pawing their jabs. Nobody's really able to effectively use the jab so far because they're both muffling each other's jab. And Nordiev definitely trying to do some more damage. And Loder looks like he's trying to counter. He's on the back foot. And, that was a nice strike. Change of stance throughout the combo. Some technical stuff here.
Successful counters.
A high kick that landed on the guard, but seemed like it did some damage. Again, Nordiev.
Ooh, Ismail Nordiev.
That's it.
One punch knockout puts Ryan Loder out in the first round in Qatar. What the?
Can we swear here? Because I think that would be appropriate just about now.
We can swear on this channel, no problem.
What the fuck just happened?
With one huge punch, he puts out Ryan Loder. Amazing. You said that he came in for a scrap, and he came in to show out, basically.
See, man, anybody with that type of effeminate headgear coming into a fight, they have a different mentality. Like they're confident. Like they don't care. They don't care. With the hair and everything, look at, wow.
Yeah, one hitter quitter. The punch we expected in the first fight from the heavyweights comes in from
And you know what?
Nordiev.
When you look at it slow motion, very beautifully, elegantly set up, just taps the stomach to bring the hands down. Hands come down, punch hits up, and that's it. We are done. He is done. He's like, yo, please stop with the hand across his face.
Yeah, he finds the perfect punch in just the first minute, I think. The first minute and a half of the fight. Congratulations to Ismail Nordiev. As he,
Okay, I'm liking that. Good hand speed, good power, and so far displayed good boxing IQ. Obviously very confident. I'm assuming he has a decent chin, given that he's willing to throw those bombs and get caught
yeah,
himself.
in the middleweight division as well.
Yep.
Yeah, we were just talking about him being the prospect, and he shows up and shows out against Ryan Loder and adds Ryan Loder to his resume, to his record basically. And coming from a decision loss to Jun Young Park, we can very well say that he is back on track in his route towards the rankings in the division.
You know, this may be somewhat foolhardy, and I may be talking somewhat out of turn, given that I've never been a fighter myself. But, you know, it seems to me that when fighting a power puncher, a good strategy is to hit him hard early in the round. Because if not, they get so confident and they stop hesitating at all. And it's like you have no chance in this. So, like, you have to throw something hard from the get-go to remind them that they, too, can go to sleep.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are caveats. Like, if you're like this incredibly sharp counterpuncher, and if you can stay in there and keep countering, that's one thing. If you're like, if you know you're going to take the guy down, you may not want to take the risk. But save for those two things. If you're fighting a power puncher, you got to hit him hard and early.
Yeah. The way Ismail Nordiev was fighting, Ryan, like, this was gonna happen sooner or later. Ryan Loder just had to make him respect his power, but he never got to do that, and he got knocked out basically.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's saying.
To thank a very, very special person to me, His Majesty Mohammed VI, our beloved King of Morocco. سيدي مأمن قدر نشكرك على كل شيء اللي قدر لي. الحمد لله بترجع حياتي للأحسن ومأمن قدر بخير. لا يجازيك بخير، لا يحفظك، لا يخ كم بغيك بزاف، لا يبارك في عمر سيدي. عش المالك ديما مع قريب. دوخ تشيتشوا دوخ سلامة شلدوس. Deres heel samel gattinchon. Dal si doilchu dal ehtu boiloi maseri. Yeah, this was exactly the.
Oh shit. Okay.
By the way, guys, I've taught boxing at like a hobby level. Probably I've done it for the past like 4 or 5 years now. And again, I'm not a fighter. I've never trained a fighter, but I'll tell you this. If you guys fight and you find yourselves in the ring with a guy with fast and powerful hands, and he believes in his hands and he has that confidence, this strike that I'm about to demonstrate right here is what you have to catch him with early on, all right? You need to catch him with a long rear hand. So if you're like a orthodox guy, it's your right hand. You need to throw it long, and you need to throw it to his body with a high shoulder for protection up here, and with your hand plastered here to protect against the kick. And when you're doing it, you have to kind of step to the outside because you want to take your head off the center line, but you also have to have the hand here against kicks. That thing connects one time, and it connects strong, and it kind of like messes with their breathing. All of a sudden, you have something very important. You have respect. You have the respect of this guy, and he can't just tee off thinking that you have pillows for hands, all right?
So if someone's coming at me like a pit bull, I throw them and show them the long cross.
The long cross to the body, but you have to get off the center line to avoid them throwing back at you so that you'll be here. So you have to throw it like this. But you also have to have this hand awkwardly high. So you know what? I misshowed it. It's not even here. this is for boxing. Have it here for the kick.
Yeah.
Have it here. You get kicked. You still have some semblance of defense.
Yeah, like how Nurullo Aliyev was defending those head kicks against Shamrock.
Yes.
Exactly.
But he wasn't going down. Like, he was catching them high.
Yeah.
That, by the way, again, to his credit, you know, as much as his stance and the way he threw looked kind of loose, he had good eyes. He had good reflexes. Like, he was seeing everything and catching everything on time. You know, most of the guys, I mean, I'm from as a viewer and as a hobby, I'm from a boxing background. And boxing, usually guys with good eyes are very sharp. Like, they'll move very little. They won't do any of this. Like, they'll just wait and they'll be sharp.
Very minimal movement.
Yes, super minimal movement, yes. Aliyev did not display that, obviously, but he did have elite eyes. He displayed elite eyes. I mean, that left kick, he saw everything. He caught everything. And by catch, I mean, he blocked everything. Like, it's not like he ate him, but he blocked him. He caught him. He parried him. So, like, obviously, it's similar in terms of protecting against the kick. But technically, I haven't seen a strike from him where he was taking his head off the center line so aggressively, he felt the need to protect for the kick.
Yeah, we haven't really seen a boxer to that extent of an elite level just yet, but I suspect that this next matchup may display some elite level boxing, as Ilia Topuria's brother, Alexandre Topuria, is gonna be taking his place in the ring in a few minutes. Against what was his name? Against Beksat Almakan versus Alexander Topuria. We may see some very crisp boxing from Alexander, especially the techniques that you were talking about, getting your head off the straight line, as Topuria's both have incredible footwork and head movement. So hopefully that will be on display in a couple of minutes in front of our screens. Beksat Almakan now making his walk out. And we'll maybe see some stats here. Ilya's brother Alexander Topuria coming in with a record of 6-1. Meanwhile, Beksat Almakan coming in with a record of 12-2. Both of these guys have an exact same ratio in their records. So if you pick fights based off of the ratios in their records, this is going to be an impossible pick for you, I should say.
I mean, he moves like his brother here. You can see that he moves like his brother.
Yes.
You can see he has the strength like his brother.
And that fight was against Colby Thickness, who is an incredible fighter in his own virtue. He comes from Alexander Volkanovski's camp, and Alexandre Topuria beaten handedly. So now we'll see here what's he gonna do in his second fight in the UFC. The reason why Ilya apparently has been inactive is because to help out his brother in his fight camp. So we'll see whether El Conquistador is going to be able to take out Beksat Almakan. So from this point on, fights are going to be, even on paper, they're going to be amazing. So hopefully, in reality, they'll also be pretty good. By the way, Beksat Almakan with his nickname being the Turan Warrior. So he is one of our Turkish brethren. People in the chat saying, let's go Top Turo. Ilya was also there in during the ceremonial weigh-ins yesterday. I don't know why, but we saw him in the background against during the face-offs of Arman Sorukyan versus Dan Hooker, and in the co-main event, Belal versus Ian Gary. He was there all throughout the face-offs. I don't know what he was doing there, but it was good that we had a champion. Now, Alexandra Topuria walks in as he gets himself comfortable with the cage. Beksat Almakan is doing his walkout. The Turan Warrior is on a 1-fight win streak, which is not a win streak, but before that, his loss was against Umar Nurmagomedov, and he only lost a decision. So he is a very high-level fighter. Let's see which of these two high-level fighters is going to come on top after today. Beksat Almakan has a win against... Oh shit, my bad. No one important, my bad.
I'm still like super impressed by the knockout. It kind of
Yeah, Ismail Nordiev knockout. It was nice. It was nice.
Mink Tibek Oralbay is in this. He's in this card, right?
Yeah, Oralbay is matched up against the middleweight Jack Hermanson, but they're fighting that fight in welterweight, so it's a very interesting fight. A lightweight against a middleweight, but they've matched up in welterweight. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Like, if you ask me, on the streets, definitely Jack Hermanson should win every time. Like, if they matched up 100 times in the street, Jack Hermanson should win. But in the cage, will he be depleted? We'll see.
One second. You should text.
No problem. Beksat with 28 years of age, and Alexander Topuria is 29 years old. Both fighters at 5'7". We missed the reach. It's fine. We'll be fine. Now Bruce Buffer, the main man. He reads the names.
Well, Puria looks like he has the reach, by the way. I mean, just off the visual. Come in 1 second.
Alexander Topuria's nickname is pretty cool, El Conquistador. I mean, I don't know what he plans to do against this native Turan warrior, Beksat Almakan, but hopefully not what the real conquistadors did to the real natives. We'll just see in a couple minutes here. Okay, our fight clock is working, no problem. The referee officiating this fight, Mark Goddard. Now Beksat Almakan versus Alexander Topuria. Oops. Mark Goddard.
Back.
And the fight is started.
Right on time.
Oh, Alexander Raidov, he takes the center stage and puts Almakan on the back foot, but now he gets tagged by two good punches from Beksat Almakan straight off the bat. And
Man, I think I have a huge delay on this stream.
what do you mean?
Like I think I'm seeing everything a little later than when they happen.
Okay, I'll watch with you. Right now, I think it's 23, 22, 21, 20. Yeah?
Right now it's 20. 19, 18, 17,
Oh, yeah.
16.
Okay, yeah, there's a 5-second difference between us.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix that.
I mean, I think the solution is I shut the fuck up, basically. Because I mean, you're 5 seconds ahead, man. That's a year inside the ring.
Yeah, and both fighters landing on each other, but so far, Almakan actually seems to be a step ahead from Topuria here in the first round in this bantamweight bout. Now they're both trying to gauge each other, trying to look for openings, but we'll see who'll strike first after this. Oh, and there goes Topuria. Beksat Almakan looking pretty confident and happy to trade with Topuria, as he is a little bit ahead here in the first round, and knocks down Topuria with a leg kick. The activity of Beksat Almakan is effective so far against Topuria.
I mean, obviously, I'm seeing everything way later than you do, but Beksat looks like he's very comfortable with this outfighting style, where it's like he's moving in circles, he's moving out, he's trying to time Topuria's steps, and he looks. I mean, he's displaying gorgeous footwork right now, like just high level footwork. He's hard to catch. He's hard to trap.
Yeah, he definitely seems to be having the crispier movement against the striker of the fight. But Topuria tags him there with a nice punch right on the chin. And now Beksat Almakan is starting to feel Topuria's power a little bit. And they go for a wrestling exchange. I missed who initiated that, but Alexander Topuria ends up on top. Now he's going to look to create distance, to rain ground and pound shots. And Beksat Almakan is going to look to not give him that distance or create enough of distance to get up. But it doesn't seem that it's going to work in his favor in this moment. And they stand up. Sorry guys, I missed that. Beksat Almakan connects on Topuria yet again. Topuria with a knee to the body that misses. Oh, Topuria with a huge punch. Beksat Almakan throwing back. Topuria is hunting for that big punch, just like his brother. And Beksat Almakan, he was fighting amazing. He was putting on a great performance so far, but now he's really on the back foot, trying to not get hunted by that big punch. And Topuria shows no respect for these tippy-tappy punches of Beksat Almakan. This is the exact moment we see from his brother, and there goes huge punches from Topuria that slightly miss, and Beksat Almagan is still good. We can still say that Beksat Almagan is ahead in this round, but you can see Topuria, Ilya Topuria's brother, Alexander Topuria, moving exactly like him, trying to hunt for that finish, that one big power punch that shuts off every opponent, no matter if it's Alexander Volkanovski, no matter it's Max Holloway, no matter if it's Charles Oliveira, it shuts everybody down at every division, and it seems that his brother is looking for that same big punch to shut the lights out of Beksat Almagan, but we're going to see whether if it's going to be enough for him, because if you look for a finish, then you will lose a decision, as Chael Sonnen always says. So if we see that if we have a Topuria that's only hunting for a big punch, that big power shot to put his opponent's lights out, then I'm not sure if he'll win a decision. But so far, it seems as he is the one. It seems as if he is the one who's carrying the danger of this fight. And the second round is here underway. Oops. You asked who won this round. I think the last round, we can still give it to Beksat Almagan, but towards the end, Topuria was really trying to switch. Was starting to switch the tides of the fight towards his side, I guess we could say. Now Topuria is pressuring again. He has Beksat Almagan on the back foot and goes in for a perfect double leg takedown. Perfect timing. But Beksat seemingly is going to stand up right here. Like, Topuria with that perfect entry to that takedown easily took him down, but it's not going to be so easy to keep him down. And so far, he has gave us a valiant effort to keep him down, and, well, Beksat Almagan is now down on his back. Now Topuria here is going to look to create distance, to rain ground and pound punches. Will a finish come? You guys asked. I'm not sure if we'll see a finish, but Topuria definitely seems to have enough punching power, finishing power to shut the lights off. But he may even go for a submission. But I don't think honestly I don't think we'll see Beksat Almagan survive to a decision after this point, because it's the round 2. We have 3 minutes left, and all he's doing is running. Oh, Topuria was looking for that big punch yet again. He didn't miss it, but it was good. Beksat Almagan ducked. A nice crisp jab. Oh, another put down. A knockdown by Beksat Almagan with a leg kick. 1 second, guys. A single leg takedown this time by Topuria. Almakan fences off. I mean, defends it off. Oh, a nice right swing by Topuria in the break, but it doesn't land. Beksat Almakan goes for another heavy leg kick, but it's just too far. A 1-2 by Topuria. Misses. Oh, the 2 by Topuria lands this time. Another 2 by Topuria that lands on top of Beksat's head, basically. Welcome.
Back from my computer now.
Welcome back.
All right, so everybody's still alive, but clearly Topuria landed some things on Beksat's face.
Yeah, Beksat Almakan was ahead in the first round, I would think, but towards the end of the round, Topuria really started to sway the tides, and now, so far in the second round, Topuria has been well ahead. At first, he was looking for like that one big power punch to shut Almakan off, but even since then, he has collected more points, more volume, more damage. And we'll go into...
Damn, bro. Like, the level in power difference is so crazy. Like, I saw in the first round, Almakan just, like, really nice, like, salt and pepper tag Topuria, but nothing happens to Topuria's face.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm out for 2 minutes. I come back. Almakan looks like he was hit by a fucking truck.
Yeah. Yeah. Just by how both of these fighters wearing the damage on their faces, we can easily conclude that the second round goes to Topuria. The first may have gone to what's his name, Beksat, but I'm not sure. Maybe we have a 1-1 round. I mean 1-1 fight going into the third, or maybe it's 2-0 towards Topuria. We'll see. Yeah.
Like stalking, looking for the big shot. Beautiful advance from Almakan. Oh, he's deploying a bit of a Philly shell Topuria right now. He kind of like went in and out of that. Beautiful jab. Almakan though just gets an angle. I love Almakan's footwork. Beautiful, beautiful footwork. And as you said, this is definitely way crisper striking than the previous fight. Whoa. Okay, so that was a clean jab. Almakan ate it though, but he doesn't look like he liked it. He's backing up, maintaining good movement, balancing it with 2-punch combo advancements. But Topuria does not care. He just pumps that power jab and is looking for that right hand right after. Almakan. Oh, goes for the takedown, Topuria.
Yeah, he went for the... This is his,
does he have it?
This is...
And yanks him off, ragdolls him off the cage. But no, Almakan maintains balance.
That was his third takedown attempt, by the way.
Right. I mean, I can't really assess the technicality of takedown attempts. How would you rate them? Like, are these technically sound? Beautiful angle and beautiful boxing, by the way, by both these guys.
Well, yeah, Beksat Almakan has been so far standing his base, and ever since the first round, he's been moving seemingly more fluid than Topuria. But like you mentioned, the power difference, just we can see on both of these fighters' faces, like who's wearing what damage. Like just the power difference seems to be making Topuria stand out in this fight. But Beksat Almakan, his technique and his movement is also there. Like just a slight step behind Topuria.
Look, one thing that Almakan does, one mistake that he does is, so obviously he has to respect Topuria's power, so he backpedals, and that's good, that's fine. But right about now, he should have changed an angle instead of keeping on going back. He waits too late to change an angle, and that's why he gets caught in the corners. Because right when you're turning corner, boom, this is what happens. This is what happens. So you have to be wary of those corners. By the way, I'd like to give 10 points to myself for predicting that stuff right on time. Yeah, that's the issue. You can't get caught in corners because when you're in a corner for a brief second as you're changing angles, you actually get closer to the back shoulder. That's why most fighters will get caught in corners because look, so he's maintaining some distance with the shoulders. See, this is good. Do a 1-2, get out of there. Now, do a 1-2 and get out of there again. You're gonna get caught, bro. Okay, nice.
Topuria is really looking for that big punch.
What I tell you?
He lands.
Gets caught again, right on the corner.
Across
So
and a jab.
He needs to avoid the corners. So this is good again. This is good. Now stand your ground, throw some hard shots yourself, and then change an angle. See this? You don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. But do you see what I mean when I say when you're turning the corners, you get closer to that back shoulder? Oh, that was fire. But
a nice takedown.
Beautiful eyes and great takedown by Almakan. I would say this is my favorite fight so far, by the way.
I agree.
Oh, beautiful jab by Topuria. Changes stances. He's on stalking Almakan. Almakan is afraid because he's in the corner again.
These guys, by the way, both have the ability to take each other down, but none of them have the ability to keep each other down. So that's why both fighters have attempted takedowns, but not really any significant control time. And we're back on the feet. just as soon as we get back, just as soon as we get on the floor, we're right back on
our feet.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh.
Damn. You can almost say a lucky takedown shot by Topuria to avoid that.
A very lucky one indeed, man. But maybe he has the chin. Maybe he would have weathered it. I don't know.
Yeah, like so far he hasn't been affected by any single strike, Topuria, so he could have aided, but good timing on that takedown regardless. Although it hasn't led to any
See, Almakan has to use these opportunities to generate some damage. He can't just be salting and peppering those shots. He needs to throw some hard stuff himself. So if you like, okay, bro, is this like, is he in my mind right now? Like, does this dude hear me?
I think he can, but Topuria eats it, and that's the round. Damn. Really?
You know, this whole corner thing happens because when you think about receiving a strike from an opponent, in your mind, you think as though the strikes are coming from a center line, but they're not. So the more you veer towards the left, now you're closer to your left. You're closer to his left arm. The more you veer towards his right, you're closer to his right arm. But because you feel like he punches from a center line, every time you get an angle, you feel safer. But that's false. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like that's why the corners are so dangerous.
Yeah, and plus, like, you moving into the predictable corner, making a predictable movement, just makes him more assured of where to find you, basically.
Yeah, I mean, but there's also the physical factor where, like, imagine I'm sliding like this, right?
Yeah.
And I'm at a corner here. I actually have to get closer to him to get out of that corner.
Yeah.
Like this is the corner, right? Look, so I'm sliding. Well, since I can't get out of the ring, here I'm getting close to his other shoulder. So you know what I mean? Like as I'm trying to exit that corner, I'm getting close to the other shoulder now.
Yeah,
so
the power
fighters with
getting more opportunity.
Wait, say that again.
The power hand is starting to get more opportunity.
Exactly. And think about it this way: every fighter has a good left hook, and a decent right hand. So at the elite level, you go one way, you get close to their right hand. You go the other way, you get close to their left hook. You know what I mean? So yeah, this was a nice fight, but in terms of inflicted damage and pushing the action, I'd have to give it to Topuria, although I like defensive movement a lot.
Yeah.
I would have to give it to Topuria.
Yeah, he won that pretty handily.
Yeah.
Either 3-0 or 2-1 if the judges gave that first round to Begsat. But other than that first round, Beksat still gave a valiant effort, but Topuria was just, Chael Sonnen says that if you're hunting for a finish, then you probably lose a decision. It seems that Alexander Topuria in this fight won a decision while he was hunting for the finish, but
For finish, yes.
either way, incredible power from his side of the fight. And our next matchup here is Yahya versus Charkera. Charkera has fought Ibo Aslan before. We know him from that fight.
So far, this card has been pretty light on the ground game, by the way.
Yeah. Abdurrahman Yahyaev allegedly fighting out of Esenyurt, by the way.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He on his topology page, he does have a Turkish flag. We'll see which flag he'll walk out with. We have some comments. Topuria has insane power like his brother. Yeah. On point.
I wouldn't go so far as to say insane, because if it was insane, the other dude would have gone to sleep, but he definitely has dangerous power. He's definitely a dangerous dude.
I just want to say, Beksat has an amazing chin, by the way, like so far in his career. So I'm not so surprised that Topuria wasn't able to sleep him particularly, but
if Ilya was here, do you think Ilya would have been able to sleep him?
No, yeah, but the levels are not comparable just because of the division difference. Alexander is a bantamweight, and Ilya moved from featherweight to lightweight. So, but in stature, like when they're standing next to each other in the gym, they do seem pretty close to one another.
Yeah, man, his frame, it's about the size of his brother. Like, I think he would be able to climb up to that weight class without that big of a problem. But I mean, like, when I say when I hear the term insane, to me, insane starts from Derek Lewis. Like Derek, and normalizing for weight division. Like, I think Prime Connor had insane power. I think Derek Lewis, Ganu, for their division. I mean, Ganu's just bar none, right? Like the dude.
Probably. If we can say that Topuria has insane power, then sort of then in his narrative we can sort of adapt it in this way. Since Topuria sort of unlocked his hands, unlocked his power punches in the later fights of his career, like in the last maybe 4 or 5 fights. If his brother was to follow a similar path, then he would still be in his grappling era. So in that sense, I would say not insane power by Topuria. I would take that back, but impressive showing definitely, as he did.
Yeah, absolutely. A dangerous guy. Like this is the type of guy where if he times you right, you're either out or you're dancing. Like if he times you right, you're either out or dancing with the power shots.
Abdurrahman Yahyaev, he takes to the stage now, and he is indeed fighting out of Turkey, at least.
Okay.
As he does have our nation's flag next to his name on the screen. And a lot of people predict that it's going to be an easy fight for him, as Charkera, his opponent Rafael Charkera, so far has been a sacrificial lamb of sorts in the UFC, which they tossed in front of Abdurrahman Yahya this time, and we'll see if he can deliver and meet those expectations that people have of him. Abdurrahman Yahyaev at 24 years old against Rafael Charkera, who is 35 years old, coming in at 6'3", Abdurrahmanev at 6'2". Abdurrahmanev with the longer reach, at 78 inches and his opponent at 76. Now Bruce Buffer will announce their names.
Having to strike with a guy that's slightly shorter than you, but also has better reach is somewhat of a nightmare.
Yeah, it's a recipe for like a loss or a knockout.
Because you can't get under the punches all that well because he's shorter than you. But you have to get under him to close the distance. So we'll see how it goes.
We have a comment saying, "Great night for Topuria family, and that genetics are important." Well said.
Genetics are very important. We may be living in a time where the whole world is learning how important genetics actually are.
Yeah,
That's a discussion for another day in another stream. You know,
yeah.
let's not get canceled before we're even
I
we're
agree.
even known.
I agree. Abdurrahman Yahaev raises his hand. I have to mention he looks a lot like one of my middle school friends. He was called Arhan. Abdurrahman Yahaev looks almost identically like him.
What's the last name?
Yahaev.
No, Adham.
Oh, fuck. Çalışkan.
Adham, so I was gonna look him up on Instagram.
Okay. And our fight, Yahaev versus Czech.
Okay.
Oh!
Whoa! What?
He puts him down. Yahaev puts him down with a head kick. Charkara
Charkera is still in this. He's
trying to
in
stand
this.
up.
A
suplex.
He's not in this.
A takedown now switches on to
What
a
am I even watching right
rear
now?
naked choke. We called it a sacrificial lamb. This is not a fight. This is a execution.
Bro, I'm at a loss for words. What?
And the referee breaks it off. We haven't not watched the fight. This was an execution. Abdurrahman Yahaev takes him out, not in the first round, in the first minute of the first round. Big congratulations to his camp, his team, and to Turkey. As bayrakları.
Yo, I'll say this. I'm sure it wasn't the fastest finish in UFC history, but of all the fast finishes, it was probably the most spectacular. Like, the dude threw in everything. Like, he started off with like a spinning head kick.
Yeah.
Got like a medium connection. Goes for like the chase, and then a head kick right after like the power jab, ground and pound.
This is one of those fight IQ moments.
Throws him down.
This is one of those fight IQ moments where you ask yourself, how do you even think of that? Like, how do you go with a spinning wheel kick and then follow it up with a head kick? Like, who thinks of that? And why would you do that? But,
I don't know.
But we see why, and the reason is because it works. And it works here in the first round for Abdurrahman Yahaev. Wow, what a finish. What a start, and what an immediate finish.
Chad Killer needs some milk.
Yeah.
He needs some milk. Damn, I don't like. Yeah, like I couldn't even comment, man. Like, it was spectacular.
Like, basically, Abdurrahman Yahaev comes in to this fight with an undefeated record. He won his fight in the Dana White's Contender Series, and now his next fight, his basically UFC debut against the sacrificial lamb, Rafael Charkera. He doesn't just shows out, he executes him in the first second, basically. What a performance, and congratulations. Like, yeah, what else can we say?
Like, almost too good. You know, like, remember that time where like Khabib went on Mike Tyson's podcast? And he talked about how, like, there was this time where they all woke up when he was a kid to watch Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson has, like, this 45-second knockout. And everybody goes back to bed. Like, it's anticlimactic almost. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it wasn't a fight. Like, it was a technologically advanced human replicant punching bag versus an elite UFC fighter.
Yeah, this is how long you would expect a fight to take between a human and, like, a capybara or something.
Yes.
And our comments that say Abdurrahman has no time. He has to finish quick. Some people have said GOAT is coming. and some people are saying it's great that we have a Turkish fighter like this who's representing Turkey. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's Turkish, but he's definitely representing Turkey. And someone else said, "Get the
Bro, you know he's not Turkish, bro. Come on, look at read his full name.
yeah."
Bro.
Well, let's see. Let's hear his accent.
Yeah, what is he gonna say?
A spinning wheel kick and go for the knockout, or did you just see the opportunity?
Oh, shit.
What?
Или в конце, когда, ну, скажут 10 секунд.
Bro.
Yes, that was the plan the entire time.
It's not
it was
Turkish.
a huge thing for me to come out here and show myself in the UFC debut. The plan was either to do it right away or when we hear the last 10
Bam.
seconds of the first round, finish him then.
I love it. For those that don't know,
This was pretty similar to that time where
this one was
I think
just
Masvidal knocked out
33
Darren Till.
seconds. What
Or
can
like
we
you know, like
expect
that
from you
running
going
punching where
forward?
like you cross step,
Yeah.
like you know, like you don't stay in your stance, like you cross step with your punches. But then he didn't have the kick at the end. He had the kick lane. The kick did the damage. So spectacular, man. Like I'm genuinely at a loss for words. Can't really comment other than saying it was insane.
Yeah, people have commented a demolition in the first 33 seconds, which is pretty accurate. He's definitely a Russian or something, but thank you for representing Turkey in this moment, my man. And we see Alex Perez, a legend in the flyweight division, but in Big 2025, we have to ask ourselves, what are you doing in the UFC, my man? And hopefully you'll survive at least a round against Osu Almabayev, but I do not suspect that it's going to be easy for Alex Perez in this moment of his career.
Man, we have some boring coming up, man. I saw the notes, like 40% some control time, and
Damn. We have a
we have
comment.
a hugger. This is a hugger. This fight's gonna be a hugger, man. He's just hugging on people.
I think he'll go for a submission. We'll see. We have a comment saying that Abdurrahman Yahyaev is indeed Turkish. He is born in Germany and his last name is Yahyaev. Bro, that doesn't sound Turkish.
For our viewers, like he may be Turkic, like he may belong to an ethnic group that's under the umbrella of being Turkic, but he's not Turkish from Turkey. I mean, that last name is not a Turkish last name, and he didn't speak Turkish. So
Yeah, he was speaking Russian.
yeah. By the way, guys, I'm Turkish too. Like as much as I don't sound Turkish, like I'm Turkish. So
Well, they can see your name, so they should suspect so.
yeah, but I don't know. Like I sound pretty American, so
Yeah.
yani Türk'üm. Yahya soyadının Türk olmadığını biliyorum. O yüzden bu kadar rahat yok ya bu Türk falan konuştum.
By the way, in his topology page, it says that he is born in Chechnya, so same country as
Hamzat Chimayev.
yeah,
Yahyaev.
yeah. But as we
Okay, so wait. Who was your friend?
Orhan Çalışkan.
Arhan Çalışkan tamamdır.
I don't know if he has an Instagram or I don't know if he has a public Instagram. We'll see. We'll preview the next fight. In the meantime, 33-year-old Alex Perez, as we mentioned, is going to be fighting against Ozu Almabayev.
Bro, you want to see Arhan Çalışkan? I don't think it's the same dude though.
Oh, we can't see. We can't see.
You can't see?
No, they can't see. Like it's too pixelated.
But can you see?
That picture, I don't remember. No.
I don't think it's I don't think it's your Arhan, bro.
No, it's definitely not the same person, but they look like each other. Or at least he looked like Yahyaev when he was in 8th grade or 7th. But Alex Perez has been very inactive in the last few years, but he does have a knockout against Mateusz Nicolau in 2024. But apart from this fight, like Alex Perez has been absent from the UFC ever since 2020, bro. And in the fights that he has been present, it's been a decision loss against Mokaev, then a TKO loss against Tatsura Taira. So against Osu Almabayev, who's basically on a run right now. Well, he's not on a run because he lost to Mana Cup, but apart from that, he has been on a run. Interestingly enough, they both defeated Mateusz Nicola in the same year. This guy, Mateusz Nicola, has been defeated by both Osu Almabayev and Alex Perez last year. And judging by the performance of each fighter against their common opponent in Mateusz Nicolai, Alex Perez finished him, and also Almabayev went to a decision. So, judging by this MMA math, Alex Perez should win, but in my opinion, it's going to be very difficult for Alex Perez against Osu Almabayev. But we'll see in a few minutes.
Yeah, man, I'm ashamed to admit that up until before this stream, I hadn't watched any Merab fights. And you know, like this guy's like, he's like the gold standard of pace, right? Like he just has this crazy pace, he just keeps on.
Yeah.
And I watched the O'Malley Merab fight and I couldn't believe my eyes.
Well, he's the GOAT. In my opinion, he's the GOAT of bantamweight.
You know, just off the pace, like I couldn't believe how much this human was moving. Like it was unbelievable that he didn't get tired. Like his
the craziest part is you're 100% right. He is the cardio machine. His nickname is the machine, and he's doing like his activity is that of Alex Poatan Pereira's activity when he was saving UFC cards like in back-to-back months almost. Merab is just doing that shit for the love of the sport. Like every 2 months, he's defending his title against Sean O'Malley, Umar Nurmagomedov, now against Peter Yan in a week or 2 weeks. It's crazy. And every fight, he's putting on his pace that no one else can even dream of matching.
Yeah. I mean, not to cast any aspersions, you know, like I'm not making the claim of probability or anything, but like, no lie, the work rate is sus.
It is very sus. Very,
Like,
very
like
sus.
how, bro? Like, how is this happening right now?
But the Caucasus region is very sus on, I don't know. Like
Yeah, fair.
when I look at Islam, I'm suspicious. When I look at Hamzat, I'm suspicious. When I look at Merab, I'm suspicious. Even when I look at Topuria, I'm a little bit suspicious.
I mean, like, I don't know, because like that, like, you know how like in Turkey and like the Black Sea coast, like most of the athletic people in Turkey that aren't really big will come from the Black Sea coast. And like I personally know dudes who look like they're on everything. And they're not. Like I know for a fact they're not. Like they're insanely strong, they're insanely good cardio, like just animals. And essentially these people are from very similar geographies, very similar ecologies. So by that regard, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, to your
Which like I do. I always give them the benefit of the doubt, except this one time. I mean, I still give them the benefit of the doubt, but like Khabib's work rate looks slow compared to Merab.
yeah.
Like Khabib looks lazy in there compared to Merab. How insane is that?
Well, yeah. If we are giving them the benefit of the doubt, I just want to make the point to say that Merab is in the gym or out like running on the fucking streets, like back to workouts one day, like the day after his fight, like the morning after his fight, he's right back in the gym. So like even his work ethic rate is crazy. So maybe like if we're not gonna be suspicious of anything, then yeah. But like if we do want to be suspicious, then it's basically a rabbit hole, because as the great Nate Diaz once said, everybody's on steroids.
And on day No, but I actually have a friend from Giresun.
Yeah.
Guys from Giresun. Small dude. He was like probably the exact same size and weight as Medab. Like what? Medab was like what? Like 65, 61 kg, somewhere between there.
Yeah, I would suspect so.
And this dude, he had a motorcycle accident. He broke 5 ribs. And I learned after the fact because he stopped coming to the gym. Like for a month and a half, he wasn't in the gym. Maybe a little bit more. And then I see him in the gym after like having not seen him for like a good month and a half or something. I'm like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, where you been? He's like, hey man, I got a little bit of an accident, so I couldn't leave my house. I was like, oh shit, like accident? What type of accident? He's like, like I slid my motorcycle, like just like ran through barriers and like I broke 5 ribs. I was like, damn, bro, what did you do? He was like, well, I didn't really do anything. I tried to like wait it off for 2 weeks, but after 2 weeks of like not being able to move and buy groceries, I went to the doctor, and then the doctor told me he was that type of guy. Like he really was that type of guy. And if you saw his build, like he's built like that. Like he's not a fighter or anything, but like he's in fighting condition all the time. Like 65 kg. I saw him do a cable pull down like 134, 138 kg or some stuff like that. Like just beast of a dude. So
Yeah.
like knowing him, I can imagine if he trained like these guys, he would have a very sus work rate himself. So that's why. Still, it looks insane in the ring.
Some people just have that incredible mindset, like like a survival situation. Like, in no point are they allowed to just sit still. They always have to do something.
Yeah. All right, so we're on. Speaking of high work rate, both these guys started with pretty high work rate. They've already exceeded strikes. They've made contact. Both fighters fighting orthodox right now.
Can you read
hard leg kick
can,
by?
Can you read the time just so to see if we're synchronized? No, the
fight. I'm at 4:31.
And now it paused. Okay. I think we're on the same moment, but a stream is lagging. Shit.
Aslan. Bir stream yapıyorum. Önemli değilse sonra konuşalım mı? Tamam. Mesaj at, mesajdan cevap verebilirim. Hadi.
Fuck. Oh. Okay, we're back.
Discovered an interesting note for Perez that former opponents Mateusz Nicolau, who he faced in.
Okay, we're back. We missed 2 minutes of that fight. Now, also on Mabayev with a spinning elbow attempt, misses.
Perez is taking the action. Mabayev is on the back foot, trying to maintain distance and trying to not get caught in corners, but I don't think he's doing a very effective job right now. Both fighters on orthodox.
Alex Perez putting on the pressure.
Barrage of punches, looping hooks, none of which land. Now they're back in the center of the cage again. Goes in for another aggressive engagement, but Albameyev maintains a distance. Albameyev was doing a great job of backpedaling against these flurries.
Nice.
Tries to catch him on the way in with an uppercut, turns him, connects with the knee, but hasn't seemed to have done a lot of damage.
Yeah, Albameyev seemed to be tagging Alex Perez, but Perez seemed to be putting on the pressure. Interesting balance of attack for each fighter.
Albameyev really threatening that rear uppercut to warn Perez, telling him, look, if you dip that head down and come in, I have something for you here. Perez is a bit more cautious. Both fighters relying on kicks a little bit more this time around. Ooh, Perez, Albameyev lands with a hook, but Perez just eats it like nothing happened.
Yeah, he just ate that. Incredible. Perez.
Very hard low kick on the left leg of Albameyev, which now he's had to change his stance to protect it. Perez throws everything into his strikes. Albameyev has done a good job, though, of not getting caught. You know, like earlier I said he wasn't doing a good job, but now that I'm seeing it, he's been able to maintain the fight mostly on the center of the ring.
So far, impressive activity by both fighters.
Albameyev with the 1-2. Perez tries that hard leg kick again.
Ooh.
Both fighters engage. Albameyev gets the better of it with the knee, and now he's backpedaling.
A takedown attempts, single leg.
Takedown. Does this qualify as a takedown at this point?
Yeah. This is a takedown.
So as soon as the knee touches, or it's a takedown.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so
also, Albameyev
complaining. Has gotten the takedown, but his arm is pinned between Perez's legs, and Perez is making good use of it, hitting him with elbows across his right shoulder, defending.
Yeah, Alex Perez did a great job stalling out that last 10 seconds of the round and not really letting also Albameyev do anything with that takedown. Also, Albameyev there was complaining about a few elbows to the back of the head, but the referee didn't seem to have a big problem with it. And now we go off into the second round in a minute. Also, Albameyev will look to continue his win streak, and Alex Perez is looking to get in the winning column.
But Perez looks like he belongs. He doesn't look rusty at all.
Yeah, I made a tier list a few weeks back talking about the worst fighters in the UFC, and Alex Perez was on that tier list, and now I'm sort of regretting that decision. Maybe there's worse fighters in the flyweight division, but here is the second round is underway as Alex Perez comes in with the pressure and Albameyev looking to counter him with the clinch. Now they're back on the feet. Ooh, nice uppercuts, but then a few punches from Perez. Leg kicks on each other.
Yeah, it's my least favorite strike, the rear uppercut, but now I can see it being effectively deployed, which is very interesting for me. Because it's such a short strike, it just leaves you very open.
And Alex Perez
but it is a good warning against takedown attempts, but it did not work in this case. Perez got the takedown, is throwing bombs, luckily missing them for the sake of Albameyev, and both fighters are back up on their feet again. Albameyev catches Perez with the uppercut, but to no avail.
Amazing takedown by Perez, takes Albameyev down.
Takes him up, throws him down, and I think he was in half mount right now, but Albameyev managed to get up.
Yeah,
Perez with the
Alex Perez doesn't seem to be looking to keep him down, but whenever he gets that opportunity to take him down, he will, just to land and rain some ground and pound shots. Also, Albameyev swinging for the fences as Perez dodges that. Oh, nice duck under the punches and answer from Perez to Albamayev's flurry.
Albameyev looks confident in his ability to either take or avoid Perez's punches. He's fighting a much closer fight right now, relying on his own punching. Connects with a beautiful 1-2 from long distance.
A nice combination from Perez. Ooh, nice connection there by Albameyev. Ooh, Nice connection.
Bro, I think Almabayev is going to get knocked out if he keeps spamming that rear uppercut. It's a very, very dangerous punch to throw. It's very short. You need to put your face out there first before you throw it. I don't know if you can see it right now.
Do you think Alex Perez has recognized that opening?
I mean, I don't see how he wouldn't, given that he's an elite fighter. By the way, while we were talking about that punch, Almabayev landed a perfect spinning middle kick, but Perez, being the monster he is, didn't even flinch and took him down again.
Yeah, Alex.
At this point, would you consider Perez being in Almabayev's guard, or is that not like?
Yeah,
is this not a guard?
Yeah,
so now it's a guard, right?
Yeah,
now
he's
in,
in full guard. Yeah.
He's trying to pass guard, but Almabayev was able to keep him in his guard. He's trying to climb up. Almabayev is trying to do a hip escape.
Looking to maybe give his back to stand up, but Perez is now actually looking to keep him down. He is now interested in this wrestling exchange a little bit more.
I think he figured this guy's pretty nifty on his legs. Might as well take him down and do some ground and pound.
Yeah, nice.
And this isn't looking very good for Almabayev. He's inching towards the cage, which really limits his options to sprawl and do hip escapes. But not the best strategy. Almabayev is maybe trying to pass, maybe trying to get side control, but Perez is trying to pass, but Almabayev is doing a good job of keeping him in his guard. Perez raining down the body shots, but Almabayev still active, keeping his head close, keeping him low, keeping him in his guard.
Yeah, nice elbows from the bottom position by Almabayev.
And he was able to turn Perez towards the cage himself, so now he actually has a lot of room to maneuver towards the center of the cage. Keeps on salting and peppering strikes. A great lightning fast hip escape, but maybe landed in a Darce choke.
And knees, huge knees from Perez to Almabayev. Oh, a big punch.
Gets out of there. That was some interesting wrestling exchanges. Interesting stuff. Tries the spinning back kick to the head. Catches him on the way down with that rear uppercut. Shoots in for a lightning fast takedown attempt. Grabs Almabayev's Perez's left leg. Almabayev.
It doesn't seem as if he's going to be complete this. And he doesn't. Alex Perez successfully fends off the takedown. Ooh, a huge elbow from Perez there. In the separation. Oh, a nice uppercut from Almabayev that finally lands, but Perez eats it yet again. Now Perez is attacking his own single leg takedown, which does not succeed, but they're against the fence now with 5 seconds almost left in this second round.
Almabayev gets the trip, and he's on top now.
He takes the takedown. He gets the takedown. Seconds to go in the round, which may sway the judges in their decision. But so far, I think Alex Perez won that round, in that second round.
I would agree.
Also Almabayev is no slouch on either aspect of the fight, standing up or grappling, but Alex Perez in that round was slightly ahead of him.
I mean, what I'm seeing is that Alex Perez is so durable. You can get away with a lot of technical brashness. Like, he's not afraid of getting hit at all. So in terms of connections, Almabayev connected quite a bit. It's just that they're not doing any damage. So Perez can dictate where the fight takes place. He's constantly pressing the action, and he's getting some good connections himself. He got some good takedowns, and he had some control time. Although I forgot his name.
Almabayev, Perez.
Almabayev.
Almabayev, also.
Almabayev. All right.
Yeah.
Almabayev displayed good defense, active defense, but Perez just pushes the action more, so I'd give it to him as well. But a very entertaining fight, I think. Beautiful spinning back to the head. Oh, did he get caught? No.
Oh, what's going on?
What is that?
It's like a guillotine standing up.
Is this it?
It's like a.
Did he just climb on top?
And he just tapped.
What?
Almabayev submits Alex Perez in the third round with a standing guillotine, but like on top of him. What?
But man, ever since that hip escape, this dude has been displaying some crazy speed.
Yeah,
That was blazing fast.
we were expecting a submission from Oso Almabayev, but not at this point, not in this manner. What a finish! Right at the beginning of the third round, he lands with a spinning
This,
wheel kick.
but man, Perez has a chin to him. He has two chins.
Yeah, he has a chin and a half, or you could say two chins. But what a submission! Like, again, another finish that would make you ask yourself, how would you think of that, and why would you do it? And the reason is,
Bro, this is up there with the best of them. Like in terms of a highlight, this is up there with the best. Like that was
Yeah.
insane.
how do you snatch up on that? Maybe we'll see it again, but amazing.
Yeah, like the climb looked so seamless. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
It was like how other fighters get like a beautiful takedown, but he
it
made
was that scene.
he made it seem that simple. Exactly. Beautiful finish by also Almabayev after losing that second round. Probably we don't know. I'm not sure how the first round was scored, but wow. Also Almabayev does not let it go to the judges and gets the finish. Amazing.
Yeah.
We get a comment say bro climbed his body like a tree.
Yes.
Yeah, he jumped
Like almost skilled on top of him. You know what I mean? Like
He-
climbing is too heavy. Like it was so easy for
It
them.
jumped like a cat in a moment.
Yeah. But he has been kind of like displaying elite speed throughout the whole fight.
Yeah, well, actually, hats off to Alex Perez for not being able to control on the floor because going into the fight, a more grappling or wrestling heavy strategy is what we expected of Osman Mabayev. He didn't even go for it really until the third round, and the moment he went for that wasn't even wrestling. He just jumped on him and wanted to finish him and finished him basically. Inexplicable. And like you can see even on Alex Perez's face, like he knows he put on a good fight. Like that hasn't registered as a loss to Alex Perez just yet.
But you know, if Perez wanted to get back into things, anybody that really watched this fight will tell you like he's still there. I mean, he was fighting great. He was fighting incredibly well.
Yeah, if Oso Almabayev is going to if Oso Almabayev's trajectory is going to tell us anything about Alex Perez's standing in the rankings, then as Oso Almabayev keeps rising, then we can definitely say that Alex Perez still belongs in the rankings of this division. We got a comment saying, "What's our picks for the fight card?" Well, my picks, we did a stream yesterday for that, but if Uras has any picks, he can share them with you.
Guys, I gotta be full disclosure. I know next to nothing about this card.
Okay, who do you think would win between Ian Gary and Belal Mohamed?
All I know is nobody's gonna finish. That's all I know.
Yeah, the two decision merchants going against each other.
Yes.
What about Dan Hooker versus Arman Sarukyan?
Well, I know like Arman Sarukyan has been like he has the buzz lately, but I'm again gonna be honest, never watched the dude's fight. I've seen Dan Hooker's fights from way back when. I remember that time where he got starched by
Dustin.
no, Michael Chandler.
Oh, Michael Chandler. Yeah.
Way back when. Michael Chandler used to be my favorite fighter, by the way, but
Really?
yeah, it turns out he has negative fight IQ. So, like, I think pound for pound, he may be the greatest athlete. Like, I think between just pure physical ability, it's between him and Yoel Romero for their weight class. And I was so hyped up on Michael Chandler back in the day.
But
But
I think that's completely justified and valid because if just bro had a little bit more fight IQ points, he would have won a fight against Oliveira, then Dustin, then Justin, and so on.
if you watch all of his losses, there are like at least 3 instances in the fight
He's winning. Yeah.
where you're like, it's not even winning. It's like this dude is clearly physically 3x superior to whoever he's fighting right now. Because, like, for example, in the Oliveira fight, he just says at some point he's getting, I think, a rear naked choke, and he's just like, no.
Yeah.
He just presses the hand off. While being battered and bloody, he picks up Justin Gaethje, walks with him, and slams him onto the ground.
Yeah.
Like he's a fucking ragdoll against Justin Gaethje.
He's a ball of energy, and he is really strong. But like you said, like if only he could have just used it in the perfect moments.
Like zero composure, zero loyalty to planning, if there is any planning. I mean, at least that's the way he looks, man. Like, no disrespect to any of these guys. Like, these guys are fighters. Like, just off of that, I can't help but respect them. But it's just so frustrating to watch, given that like he has the best physical tools in that division. Bro, I believe he could beat Khabib. I wasn't like he's gonna beat Khabib, but I was like,
He could.
when this dude comes, he's gonna give Khabib some real trouble. You'll see. Like that's what the fuck I was saying. And well, we all know what happened there.
Well, way back when, right after Oliveira got his title and Islam was like rising up towards the title, we actually were thinking that Michael Chandler was probably the biggest threat to him. But yeah, just never aligned up in that way.
I mean, when you think about him physically, and I'll include the chin here. The reason that people may disagree with me on this is because I don't know if you noticed the few times that Michael Chandler got like starched, he either mistimed the punch in almost all cases, he mistimed the coming blow so horribly that he leans into him. Like, for example, in the Oliveira hook knockout, he actually throws his own hook and turns into Oliveira's hook.
Oh shit.
But when he doesn't do that type of stuff, like when you're just hitting him like in a stationary position, but remember the Justin Gaethje fight? Like he was in there, he was taking everything, like he was torn and cut up, and he was still fighting. And remember what Khabib said about Justin Gaethje? He was like, "Bro, this guy's like a truck, like everything he throws." So even then, it's more of like a mental thing where like he just has such bad timing with the punch.
Yeah.
But bro, like who has the speed to teep faster, to head teep somebody in the face faster than a jab?
No one. And
like that's Anderson Silva type stuff.
Yeah, we were discussing that knockout a few days ago. Like, it's sort of like the two finishes we saw in this card. Like, it's one of those moments that you would ask, why would you throw that? But it works.
Yes, because he has the speed. He has the speed to get there in time. I mean, yeah, man. Like physically, he's just so awesome. Such a spectacular athlete. Like, matter of fact, like bro, like for his weight division, you could describe him as Romero with good work rate.
Who with who?
Like, Romero.
Oh yeah,
Romero.
yeah.
Good work rate.
Yeah.
So I saw him there, and I saw Dan Hooker there. I know that he's a guy that can withstand a lot of pain in the ring, can fight through pretty much anything. I know he's long and lanky. I know he's unorthodox. But other than that, I can't do a pick to anybody. I'm sorry. People were like, what's your pick? And I just started like blazing Michael Chandler. It's nobody's business. But...
yeah. Well, yeah. We do picks for every fight card. So I have my picks. Although I'll be honest, I don't remember my picks for the prelims and the early main card fights. But yeah, the picks are not so important. We're seeing now two fighters in our next matchup coming towards the ring. One is already in there. The guy's name was, what was his name? Now we see Nicolas Dalby, a very underrated veteran of the sport. A lot of people underestimate him for being 41 years old, but this guy starches out everybody. unless he himself is getting starched out. So he's like a knockout or get knocked out type of fighter. Matched up against Said Izagakmaev, this Russian guy, and Islam was in his corner. So Islam is here present in this fight night in Said Izagakmaev's corner, which is actually interesting because Ilya is also here tonight. He was in his brother's corner. So maybe an encounter between those two can hint towards a future matchup. Hopefully. A lot of people want to see that fight, but with how things are going, we're not sure if we'll ever get to see that fight. But now Nicolas Dalby makes his walkout. His eyeing his opponent. His opponent seems confident and calm. Let's see. The age difference is the one glaring statistic that stands out. There's an 10 age difference between these two fighters. Nicolas Dalby at 41 and Said at 31. There's also a height difference, a reach, no difference. Their reaches are identical, funnily enough. Now Bruce Buffer reads their names.
How are their reaches the same? This dude looks like his arms are so much longer.
Nicolas Dalby doesn't have short hands. He's like a gorilla. He's like a white gorilla type of build.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in the chat is saying, "Wow, Leon has won," and then he commented, "Cejudo just submitted Aspinall." What the fuck?
I mean, I am not privy to the joke, if there was a joke.
Henry Cejudo submitting Tommy Aspinall.
Oh, yes, size difference, yes. But what, like, why did you even say that?
I don't know. He's just trolling. He came in to troll. Now our fight is about to be underway. Nicolas Dalby versus Said Izagakmaev, whatever his name was, and the referee started the fight. Now Said takes center stage as both fighters.
Looking for something. Dalby's trying to close that distance. Yes, he wants contact. He wants damage. He doesn't really care if it's him or the opponent. And knees are flying. Takedown attempts are being made. And Izagakmaev. All right.
Yeah, you can just
Izagakmaev.
you can call him Said.
Okay, so Said is pinned to the cage. He's probably not used to this situation. He's probably very used to the reverse.
Yeah.
And Dalby is just putting everything into those knees. I find it pretty intelligent. He's kneeing the outer legs of his opponent, trying to take away his wheels early on in the fight so that it'll be easier to connect with later.
Nicolas Dalby is really content with this clinch game here.
Yes, got the underhooks in, and he is not moving an inch. Said is trying to answer in kind with the knees, but I'm just getting the sense that Dalby's the one getting away with more damage.
Yeah, I don't think Dalby is even looking for a takedown.
He just wants to knee the legs early on. I can read this man's mind.
And he's sort of trying to take the fluff, the first burst of energy off of Said, so that maybe he himself will be more comfortable moving on. And the referee is trying to warn these guys, saying that, okay, let's see something else here. But this is not stalling. They're both still throwing strikes.
They're active. They're maintaining strikes. They're pretty active. Dalby going for the legs because both fighters are vying for wrist control.
I mean, so far, Said not being able to even reverse this position or just even attempt it shows us that strength-wise, Dalby is like leagues ahead.
He's definitely up there. I think he's slightly shorter. And the ref breaks it up. He wants more conventional striking action. They're back in the center of the cage. Now, Dalby might have tied his own arms while trying to damage Isaac. What Isaac, his name was? What was his name?
Saeed versus Dalby.
Oh, Saeed. I'm Dante. Saeed. So he might have lost a bit of hand speed himself, but he's throwing kicks. He's throwing everything hard. Saeed just gave him a bit of a laugh, saying, "Bro, what are you doing? It's just the first minute. Relax."
Ooh. Nicolas Dalby is very active. He's putting on the pressure. Saeed seems confident, but we'll see.
He does look like he's somewhat taken aback by the pace at which Dalby started the fight. He goes for the takedown. Dalby defends it very, very well, turns it around, and we're on the cage again. Dalby goes for double leg.
Yeah, he's looking in for his own
single leg. My mistake.
A big elbow to the back of the head by Saeed.
Saeed is trying to control the arm. They're doing the wrist control fight again, and now they're both semi-upright, back to kneeing each other in the stomach and in the legs. Saeed more active with the knees this time. Dalby looks like he's trying to trip him over, but Saeed turns him, and now Dalby's pressed against the cage. And Saeed looks like he's going for a takedown in earnest. Dalby twists him again, and now Saeed is on the cage again. But it's not very clear what Dalby is trying to do at this point because he stopped kneeing.
I think he wants to...
Goes for a trip.
Oh, but reverse.
Yes, Saeed reverses it.
And
now
he's on top.
He's on mount against Dalby with Dalby's back on the cage.
Oh, horrible.
He's thinking to himself, what was I trying to do with this Dagestani man pressing him up against the cage right now? What was I even doing?
Horrible position for Dalby with 40 seconds left. If he can just stall and defend a Saeed submission, which I don't think he's really looking to go for with 30 seconds left on the clock, but big ground and pound, and Dalby just catches a chance.
Use that as an opportunity to posture up just a little bit. He is somewhat safe from a submission, at least, if he can ride this out for 22 more seconds. And Dalby is up right now. They're both up again.
Yeah, and Dalby
both
reverses.
vying for position on the cage. Dalby lands 2 head strikes while pushing Saeed against the cage. They're back in the original position. I doubt Dalby will try to do a trip again because clearly Saeed is technically more confident in that regard. And Dalby's back with the knee.
And referee steps in.
The first round ends with Dalby's knees. Guys, give me 1 second.
I think that was a pretty clear first round to Nicolas Dalby against Saeed. Even though Saeed had a valiant effort, it just was not enough, in my opinion, to win that first round against what's his name? Nicolas Dalby. But we'll see, because Nicolas Dalby, in some moments of that round, was seeming like he was tiring himself out. And this poker face, just this expressionless face of these Russian, Dagestani, Chechen fighters, Saeed is rocking one of those faces, so I can't really tell. I can't really put myself in the body language expert's shoes and really gauge what's going on in his mind. But so far, good pressure from Nicolas Dalby and a valiant effort by Saeed, as the second round is going to take way. And here we go. Fight fans. In the second round, Dalby starts with a head kick. Now Saeed goes for an immediate takedown, the double leg. Nicolas Dalby grabs the cage as he's trying to posture up and stand up. Saeed this time seems determined to keep Dalby down. And seems to be a slight laceration, a mini cut above Dalby's right eye. A beautiful hook, butterfly hook by Saeed, but Dalby managed to stand back up. Saeed shows that knee to the face in the clinch. Now Dalby attacking his own single leg, trying to reverse, really muscle out this position, which he succeeds in. He doesn't go for the takedown, but he reverses the position against the cage. Now Saeed reverses the position against the cage. So far, so good. So far, so good in the second round.
It's like I never left.
Welcome back. Some people are saying Saeed in the first round, but most people are saying Dalby in the first round.
I would edge it out to Dalby just by a little bit. I'm Saeed had a very strong finish. Or like not a strong finish, but like he became dominant closer to the end of the round. But I mean, my take is Dalby somehow knew that he was physically stronger than this dude.
Yeah.
And it was like, if I press him up against the cage, he's not really going to be able to do anything to me. And I'll just, not ground and pound, but press and pound almost.
Yeah, press and pound, exactly.
Press and pound, But he's down now.
This is Saeed's second successful attempt, which Dalby stands up easily yet again. It seems that Saeed is having much difficulty keeping Dalby down, even though at moments he is able to take him down.
Dalby's just doing the same thing. Underhook him, get him close, and keep knee in the legs, keep knee in the body. It's like very clear, extremely boring and ugly, but very clear game plan that he's been executing very successfully.
Every time he seems to be in a disadvantageous position, he just seems to muscle his way back to a better position.
Our new MMA terminology: press and pound.
Press and pound, yeah, coin that.
He muscles his way back into a press and pound position. Now he's disengaged and just easily thwarting the takedown attempt.
Yeah, a sloppy takedown.
Goes for his own trip, but
gets reversed.
Oh my God!
Gives up his back.
No. Okay, no. He's good. Bro, this dude is strong as an ox, man.
Yeah, his technique, especially his grappling technique, does not seem to be elite. But let's see if he's going to be able to muscle himself out of this position. Yeah, as Saeed.
What is this called, by the way? So like the is it like a reverse guard or something?
No, Saeed basically has his back with the body lock.
So the legs are called the body lock.
Yeah.
All right, so he's in a body lock. He's winning the wrist control. That's how he's been able to keep his neck safe so far.
Yes.
He's just pressing on that right arm. So Saeed can barely hit with his left, but can't really choke him.
It doesn't seem like Saeed is going to be able to threaten a legit rear naked choke with 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock, but we'll see. So far, Dalby is defended well.
But let's not forget that Saeed prays 5 times a day and he speaks Russian, so...
You never know with these guys.
Yeah, like... But you know what? Dalby, I just see extreme strategic clarity. Look, he's just focusing on, turns around.
Just the prime Michael Chandler move there by Nicholas.
Exactly. But still, he's in guard. He's unable to pass guard, but he's still just so strong, so explosive. He's doing some damage from here. He's definitely trying to pass guard.
Like with
Zagakmaev doing a good job maintaining guard, but still, he's getting some blurry damage, I'd say, up top. Maybe nothing too clean to cut him up or anything, but
with this
definitely he's getting smothered.
With this position reversal towards the end of the round, I think Dalby again edges this round, and we'll just have to see what Saeed can do in a third.
Yes, I would say, especially after that elbow, I'd give this definitely to Dalby. Not by a lot, but it's pretty definitive.
I mean, yeah, he first had the press and pound, and then Saeed took him down, but was not able to do much with it, and then just Dalby reversing that position is very impressive. So, in my
you see the veteran in Dalby where, look,
yeah,
he has a very clear identity. He knows what he wants to do. He gets there every damn time he wants to, and he makes sure he finishes rounds strong.
Yeah, he's just a dog, and at any chance he gets, he's going to out-muscle you out of position. He's very...
But I also love the composure and the intelligence. When he was eating the kind of like the reverse ground and pound from Saeed, he was fine to take that as long as he maintained wrist control for the right hand. So he was like, okay, this is a good bargain. I'll eat some soft strikes to my forehead, but I won't get choked out. So I'm really liking like the observable veteran savviness, the craftiness. the composure, because he doesn't look composed. You know, like he looks like he's ready to go. But
Yeah, Nicholas Dalby, he's a great veteran, to say the least. And let's see if Saeed has any answers to him in this third round.
starts with the high kick to the head.
Again, immediate with the body connection, with the touch, with the engagement of the ground.
But now he's thrown some elbows from a clinch position. Saeed smarts up to the situation, tries to get him close, turns him around.
Saeed almost
he's against the cage, but he's still throwing. Not like he's not feeling to throw strikes. He's always active with the striking. Both fighters are aggressively vying for the press and pound position.
Yeah. Anytime Saeed gets that position, Dalby managed to reverse it.
Yes, yes.
Now they both seem to be happy exchanging in the clinch here, with elbows and knees.
Dalby gets a strong elbow to the face.
Saeed's last few takedowns have really been sloppy. I think his soul, his spirit is just out of this fight at this moment, Saeed.
I mean, the strength difference is just so glaringly obvious.
Oh, now Dalby starts teeing off. Seems pretty confident.
Saeed did a good jab connection there.
Oh, a big knee by Dalby partially connects, and Saeed drops onto his knees for a takedown, but he lets go of that. Now they're hugging. Dalby back to that press and pound position, seeming to be the story of this fight. Another very sloppy takedown attempt by Saeed. It would even be, I don't know if it's correct to even call that a takedown attempt. He just sort of feinted a level change. A
beautiful uppercut on the inside by Dalby. Yeah. Saeed really doesn't want to engage anymore. He's trying to maintain distance jabs.
Dalby with a big jab of his own.
Yes, some damage. You can see that. Dalby does not care. He will close the distance. He will not be denied. Trying to get him close to the cage. But this time, Saeed did do some smart stuff, some smart veering off to the sides to avoid this position. But it's not a matter of if at this point. It's a matter of when. When is he going to get pressed? But somehow he avoided the position again. Dalby looks a little more tired.
Oh, another very sloppy takedown attempt. Now
both fighters look very gassed, but overall, Dalby's still pushing the action and still connecting with more damaging strikes.
Saeed now finally reverses the cage position on Dalby and seemingly feinting a double leg, but I don't know if he has any self-encouragement to finish this takedown, while Dalby threatens a little bit of a guillotine almost. Oh, Dalby actually can go for a Darce here, but he didn't. Saeed, now Saeed goes for a takedown, scoots Dalby on his...
lands in the most awkward position in the history of MMA. Like, what is this?
And gives his back to Dalby. I mean, with a minute and a half left on the clock, I have to say, a great veteran performance by Dalby. Let's see. Saeed needs a finish at this point, and let's see if he can threaten for a finish with a minute left, but it doesn't seem so at all.
Both fighters are incredibly gassed. I mean, if there's an opportunity, this is it. Dalby looks like he's about to keel over and die, basically.
Yeah, like if it's anyone, I'm expecting a finish from Dalby, but as you said, they both seem to be kind of content with.
Look at the way Dalby's breathing. Like, look at his face now.
He just nodded at us.
Yes. Yeah, man, I'm tired. But he's still doing what he's been doing. He's pressing him against the cage, controlling him in a standing up position, still sneaking in strikes.
Yeah, so far he's been the fighter with the more pressure, more volume, more intent as he connects.
Gets him with a good jab in there.
Ooh.
Connects with a knee. Not very cleanly, though. Both fighters are trying to tee off at each other in the last 10 seconds of the round. But unless there's a miracle in favor of Saeed.
Not
That's
at all.
that.
Not
I think
a
Dalby won, man.
not a barn burner, but a impressive veteran performance by Nicolas Dalby. Just by the body language of Saeed, I don't think he won. I don't think he won that at all. We just basically watched Nicolas Dalby press and punch for a couple of rounds.
To me, this was a very, by the way, like educational fight to watch, like personally for me, because I think it was like full veteranship on display. Dalby was not playing around. He knew what he could do. He knew what he couldn't do. He ferreted out the strength difference very early on in the fight and just capitalized on it. He was incredibly decisive. And I think all that comes from like having been in a lot of fights throughout your life and knowing what you can and cannot do. And you, despite his herky-jerky striking style, in high risk positions for himself, he maintained extreme composure. So yeah, like I think, like, you know, I could say that's what elite experience looks like against poor experience. You know, like against.
Yeah, Saeed being the prospect coming into this fight, Nicolas Dalby definitely showed that not levels, but you have to be a certain level, and that he's certainly on that level. And we'll see who's the winner of this fight right now.
And Nicolas Locomotivo Dalby.
Yes.
Saeed seems extra upset for not getting a robbery decision there in his favor. Like he was almost expecting that fight to scored for him, while Nicolas Dalby was almost too happy. Like Nicolas Dalby thought he could lose a robbery decision there. I suspect, at least. And with that amazing veteran performance by Nicolas Dalby, we move on to the main event of the prelims: Bogdan Grad versus Luke Riley, I believe his name was. Luke Riley coming in with the undefeated record. Meanwhile, Bogdan Grad is a very impressive fighter on his own. Of his own.
Man, is it okay if I take like a 20-minute break to eat and come back?
I think we should take a break if you're okay with it after this fight, because I also need to take a break. I have not eaten anything today, so
Okay.
I'm starving. Normally, our Olga FM audience knows that we don't ever take breaks, but hey.
Really?
Yeah. But today,
bro, if that's the law of the land, like I'll wait, man.
No. But today we have to make an exception, or I'll die of starvation. Like my stomach is churning, and Paddy Pimblett is yet again in the corner of his Englishmen for the second time in this fight card tonight. Lucas Riley, undefeated prospect in the featherweight division. Wait, what's his division? I don't even know. I don't even know.
Featherweight.
Okay, let's go. The first fights of the main card are going to be Tagir Ulanbekov versus Kyoji Horiguchi. And then the next fight, the heavyweight matchup between Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Shamil Gaziev. This is a huge fight, by the way. For those of you that don't know, it was supposed to be Sergey Spivak versus Shamil Gaziev, which was still a good fight. But Shamil Gaziev, one of the stars of this division, versus this star. Except, like, with the exception of, obviously, Tommy Aspinall and Cyril Gane, Waldo Cortez Acosta does rule over this division with an iron fist. And let's see
What is going on here? What's happening here?
Oh, okay, this is a ritual. This is not a walkout, it's a...
Yeah, it looks religious.
Yeah. Let's see if Bogdan will be able to channel that religious, that divine energy to a victory against the undefeated prospect Luke Riley. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Bogdan Grad to this week has mentioned in the fighter interview that one of the biggest embarrassments in his entire life was losing to Tom Noland of 5 fights ago in the Contender Series. But I don't know why that would be such a big embarrassment, considering the fact that Tom Noland is an amazing fighter with barely any losses on his career. So there's no shame in losing to Tom Noland, my G, my GOAT. So Bogdan, I hope that's just him trying to hold himself to an incredible standard and that he can channel that into a victory against Luke Riley. But Luke Riley has Paddy Pimblett in his corner, and you can never know what kind of a goofy game plan a fighter can come in, especially if they have Paddy Pimblett in their corner. So an enticing matchup for me personally. Let's see if this little Bogdan can win against Luke Riley. And I say little Bogdan because we have a Bogdan Guskov that looks almost identical to Bogdan Grad. Bogdan Guskov is a light heavyweight, and Bogdan Grad, the Bogdan we have in front of our eyes right now, he is at featherweight. So we'll see.
Oh, this Bogdan Guskov is also the dude that like God created from the same mold with
Yeah.
Anthony
Smith, yeah.
Anthony Smith, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Bogdan Guskov is the new Anthony Smith, and this is the featherweight Bogdan, basically.
Does he fight like him?
No. He's way better than Anthony Smith. I think
No, but like in terms of style.
his style, no, he's more of a kickboxer than Anthony Smith, I would say. Well, I don't know what Anthony Smith's style is. He's like a well-rounded. I can't even say like a well-rounded MMA fighter because his best strategy in his last fights has just been turtling into a turtle shell. So he's just a turtle. Anthony Smith is just a turtle. And Bogdan is a really vicious, like your standard light heavyweight, oh shit, I have to stay away from this guy type of guy. And we have Bruce Buffer announcing both fighters. Bogdan Grad, a little bit zesty, a little bit of flair to his, a little bit of pep to his step, I guess we could say.
Yeah, he also looks like Big Bogdan, so now I understand why they call him Little Bogdan. Yeah.
I mean, they're both called Bogdan and they look like each other. So, our referee officiating the fight, Mark Goddard. And the first round between Bogdan Grad versus Luke Riley is underway. Oh, quick advancement by Bogdan. Surprises Luke Riley in his own corner.
I'm getting this feeling that Bogdan either trusts his cardio a lot or he believes that he can get an early finish because he's really burning that tank at a high rate.
Yeah, but
like he's assumed early advantageous position. Riley is having to kind of corner hop, which, as we've talked about earlier, is a dangerous position.
Bogdan went early for a spinning wheel kick, barely missed.
Both fighters feinting and just displaying threats. Nothing's connecting, but they are striking the void to maintain distance. Bogdan is also feinting takedowns, and he actually goes for a single leg, then switches it midway.
A good defense by Luke Riley.
Yes, Luke has stuffed that. Nothing really major happened.
Amazing.
Pushes the head, but still gets taken down. So Bogdan is a strong guy. We can say that.
Definitely. As he completes this takedown, as he completes this takedown in the first round, he'll look to create distance and go for a ground and pound. there's not many submissions he can threaten from this position, except for that arm triangle, which he doesn't seem to be looking for. While Luke Riley, Bogdan Grad almost passes towards side guard. Luke Riley is not letting him create any distance to rain down any ground and pound shots, but Bogdan Grad rises to the side guard position. Now he looked momentarily for a triangle choke, but for now, they're just looking to grind each other out. Luke Riley, if he wants to stand up from this position, he has to get his feet. Well, first of all, he has to get back to full guard, and then he can look for creating distance and maybe hip escape.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Bogdan is inching his way into a crucifix. He just has to pass one leg.
Amazing stand-up from Luke Riley. Just decided to stand up and stood up, basically. A very interesting stand-up technique, which worked beautifully, but Bogdan Grad is stuck to his back like a backpack. Incredible control by Bogdan. He won't look to threaten submission from this point, but he's really smudging Riley. Not the most exciting fighting style, especially by a guy from Austria. Bogdan is...
But it is effective. I mean, he's definitively winning this round so far.
Yeah. Luke Riley, the undefeated prospect, so far has no real answers against Bogdan's grappling. Although he was urgent, quick to defend the takedowns at first, eventually it was not enough. And now Bogdan is in that press and pound position, but not doing much of that pounding, just pressing. And now switches into a double leg takedown. Switches onto a single leg. Gets Riley down onto his ass. And yeah, just is looking towards getting his back.
Back right now, but Riley actually very intelligently used the cage. Eats a big elbow, but seems to be completely fine. It almost looked like Bogdan let go of him to rest a little bit, and we're back.
Yeah.
With Grad pressed up against the cage again. But now Grad is having a little bit more success, maybe defending the position on account of maybe Bogdan being somewhat more tired. Bogdan is trying to go for the single leg, but takedown has not been effective so far. He tries to chain it to get to further the takedown, but again, Grad is more effective in defending the position. Bogdan looks like his neck might be a bit of a risk there, getting really like a little too comfortable with this position.
Yeah, I think I agree that he's a little bit too tired at this moment, but with only 15 seconds left on the clock, I think he'll be fine. And he takes Luke Riley down yet again towards the end of the round, and a huge ground and pound shots as the referee steps in for the end of the round. Come on, lad! Paddy does not come into the ring, but that's Paddy's coach talking to Luke Riley.
He's right behind.
Yeah, he's right behind them.
But not saying a whole lot. I mean, again, this reminds me of the previous fight where there's, like, at least to my eye, a glaring difference in just, like, brute strength.
Yeah.
Really, Bogdan can manhandle this guy. And I also don't think that he's afraid of the striking power. So he can close the distance with reckless abandon. So I'm guessing, like, if I were him, if I were his coach, I'd tell him, teep. All right? Give this dude one hard teep down the middle. Make him think twice before he just dips his head and hurls himself at you. And if he says to me, well, coach, he'll take me down, I'll be like, bro, he's going to take me down regardless.
Yeah, regardless.
Yeah, so at least you may put a bit of fear into him, cause some hesitation, maybe you can counter him a little bit, because at this point, you can tell that, at least in the previous round, Bogdan had zero discomfort closing the distance. As you can see now, like he's up on him
The second the fight starts.
Yeah, exactly. The second the fight starts. Look at the distance. I mean, Bogdan does not care, does not respect the power. So yes.
Luke
this is
Riley
what
with a
happens.
huge punch.
Y'all gotta listen to me. I told you. Make him respect that power. He's a little too comfortable. Come on.
Bogdan is knocked down.
Let's go. Beautiful
Oh,
stuff.
and he's out. He's out.
Good things happen to fighters when they listen to us.
Mark
Let's
Goddard.
go.
Referee steps in. Luke Riley with a huge knockout against Bogdan Grad in the second round after getting smudged. Absolutely dominated in the grappling in the first round. He puts him out with the left hand, I believe. Amazing finish by the undefeated prospect Luke Riley here in Qatar as he continues on his undefeated record. Congratulations, Luke Riley. Amazing finish.
Boom. Boom.
Boom.
Beautiful boxing.
Right on
You
the
see the
chin.
composure? You see the composure when he missed the right hand? Zero panicking. He's just thinking to himself, I'm in my distance. Just wait, and never hook with the hooker. Never hook with the hooker. Bogdan forgets this, and he's out. See, I love this type of MMA, man. Like when a boxer just gets in there and says, I have better timing, I have better hand speed, I have better power.
Yeah. And the referee did a perfect job because Bogdan was not slept by that first punch, but then he was slept on the ground by the following ground and pound shots. Mark Goddard stepped in at the perfect moment, as you can see Bogdan stumble on his feet, and we see Paddy Pimblett celebrating the victory of his teammate.
Paddy Pimblett's going to gain 25 pounds tonight just off of celebrating.
Exactly. But as you say that, I realize Paddy is looking rather fit.
Yes, fight ready almost.
Yeah, for his out of shape, out of fight camp physique. Both fighters congratulate each other, showing sportsmanship.
By the way, for our fans, another little technical thing. I'm just going to reiterate what I said earlier. You need to use your power sometimes to get respect. Even if this thing didn't land. Even if the right hand didn't land. What did he throw? He threw a big right hand. And even if it didn't knock him out, it would have gained him some respect. And it would have gained him some distance. So, you have Ganu power where you just throw your hands there and it just sleeps people. But anything below that, you can strategically use your power. My God, this is such a beautiful thing. My favorite thing about it is not panicking after the first miss. Look, he misses this, and he's like, no,
Bam.
It's okay. Boom! And very accurate with the ground pound, by the way. From a huge distance.
Was in the way, taking care of business, but look, that's anyone in the 145.
His accent.
Yeah. Heavy scouts. Heavy scouts.
I'm taking them all out. I'm coming through.
I'm taking them all out.
Gold's what I'm going to get.
You made your debut against a tough fighter. He took you down, as you say, but you stayed cool and calm. Your coach was saying, listen, second round, it's time to go to work now. You're known for being a knockout artist. You've got a large following back home. You've got a tremendous team with Paddy and Next Gen. What does the future hold for you here in the UFC?
The very top. But look, I'm getting back in the gym. I'm still a pup, mate. So,
bro,
getting
this
back
dude
in the
is such a
gym.
big head, bro.
All he's behind me.
His head is it's almost bigger than Michael Bisping's head, and he's so much
I'll be
smaller.
back soon, staying fucking ready. Anyone.
Well, if we
I wonder if he has a good chin.
I mean, Scousers don't get knocked out, right?
Do they? Darren Till does. Darren Till got knocked out for the whole of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jesus died for our sins. Darren Till got knocked out
For the Scousers.
for the Scousers.
Second chances. One of the thickest accents I think we've seen in UFC so far.
Well, he certainly put a stamp on it, didn't he? Another takedown he's got to defend now this time. Paddy Pimblett.
Yeah, he had to defend another takedown there. And with that, I think we can pause or end our stream and come back later. So before we close off the meeting, I'll do the outro of our stream momentarily. Everybody who watched until this point. Thank you, everyone, motherfuckers. But we will be having a break, and yes, for now I'm closing off the stream, so I'm not gonna do the proper outro. But